Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my new screening process. So this is a perfect example. So back in May, I planted this Egyptian wheat. As you can see, some of it is still standing. I had about a 6-foot row and it went all the way along the road here, just trying to seclude the cornfield here for me to hunt over. As you can see up in the corner, my redneck. Try to just kind of screen it from the road, if you would. Well, silly me, planted too close to the road. Here was the old line of where the Egyptian wheat ran, but they are allowed to mow 25 feet from the center line over. So that was able to come to over here, and I had just a little bit left standing. I actually had a little bit more on the backside, but as you can see here, I have a line of screening trees. These are a type of arborvitae tree, if I'm saying that correctly. And this is kind of my long-term solution. I was like, I want to be able to screen this out one day. I know one day in the future, even though this is just a little 6-acre piece that I hunt, I'm going to be building a house out here, a shed, which I'm going to try to cheat a little bit forward. I thought now is the perfect time to plant trees and let them establish roots and grow. And then that will also one day block out sound from the road and vision from the road. So if somebody is wanting to shoot something off the road into the field, which is totally illegal, but everybody knows that people do it every year, this will help prevent against that. Now obviously it's going to take some years to establish that, but no better time to start than now. So actually in one day with my family, there's 4 of us out here. 2 were digging holes and 2 were dropping trees, and we got the first 60 planted in about 3.5 hours. So it was a lot of work. It was really pretty simple. I just took a shovel and I made a perfect shovel size hole, the depth of the blade of the shovel, and literally just, you know, if you'd go 4 blades in a circle, that's how wide it was. And all of these trees that I got from fastgrowingtrees.com, not affiliated or associated with them at all, it's just where I purchased my trees from. They did come rather quickly, I would say within 3 or 4 days, and they kind of updated me along the way, and they actually had a really good sale going. And anyway, so they all came in a box, 2 trees per box, and then the root ball of the trees was in a little potting soil plastic pot, and then that was wrapped in plastic. You could tell that they really wetted it so that they would have moisture throughout shipping. And the trees arrived looking great. And I went with the 2 to 3 footers, a little bit cheaper. I think you could go all the way up to 7-foot trees. Obviously much more expensive the bigger the tree. So since I have a couple years until we're even moving out here or anything, I was not in a big rush. So the 2 to 3 footers were perfect for me. And a couple years to go by and these things will fill up and screen from the road completely. And a little hard to see, but if you look past the garden, I actually put some along. I have an easement road to the south of my property, and I put some along there as well, and it goes until we hit the woods. So one day that'll grow nice and tall, and it will kind of screen from where vehicles drive frequently. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I think it's going to pay off, and I just wanted to kind of update everybody with the new screening method that I've decided to go with. I think it's going to be the real deal, and hopefully these trees take. And I will say that the trees that I purchased through fastgrowingtrees.com, they have a 1-year warranty. So if anything happens to these trees, I have to take a picture, send it to them, get in contact with them, and they'll send me a new one. I think I have to pay to ship them, but they do have a 1-year warranty, so that's good. The Egyptian wheat was really awesome because, as you can see, like down in the corner way down there, it grew nice where they couldn't cut, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. And it also screened along the back edge of my field as I wanted it to do. However, putting it along the road and watching it get mowed down, it was a little depressing. This will just be a little bit more permanent, even if I have to wait a couple years. So one day when these trees grow even just 6 and 7 feet tall, I'll have quite the stand of trees. So my best advice, if you're trying to put these in a straight line, so obviously I had to come into my cornfield a little bit, so next year I'll have a little less ag beans next year. But I think this will be worth what I gave up. But how I did it was, I went off of the road and I measured 30 feet from the center line, and I drove a stake. And then I'd go about 100 yards and I went to the center line, and I measured 30 feet and I drove a stake. And then I took a string and I took it from one stake, pulled it tight to the other stake, and then every 5 feet I spray painted a little dot. My line turned out pretty good. I will say, if you want to be really precise, it's really important exactly where you dig. With 2 people digging, you know, I don't know if we were always starting on the same spot or not, but it came out pretty straight. But that's how I decided to do it. So if you're looking to put in a line of trees or some kind of screening with whatever you're working with, whether it's for hunting purposes or for purposes of screening your property from a road, I strongly suggest finding an equal point and measuring it out using a string. You'll be able to get a really straight line that way. So again, with these trees, I want to reiterate that I planted them 5 feet apart. These trees can grow up to 30 and 40 feet tall if spaced out really far. I'm not looking for that. I was hoping that these would top out at 15 or 20 feet. So I did about 5 feet apart. So that's kind of the spacing I went, and you can also kind of stagger them. I just wanted to kind of update with my new screening process. It's going to be a couple years in the making. Eventually in the future, I'll try to do a little update and kind of see how the screening trees are holding up, and one day how the screening is working. I just want to put this little short video together. I want to remind everybody that our winter tournament series at Lake the Ozarks is coming up, and we are excited. We're about a month away right now, and if you have never fished with us before, we hope that you come out and fish with us. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of prizes and a lot of things to give away this year. If you haven't fished with us before, come on down to Kaufman Beach, check out our website, MidwestOutdoorExperience.com, and you'll find all the details and everything you need to know about the tournament there. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.